Hello everyone. The title of today's episode is Nobility of a Different Glow. And so what that means is there's one poetic aspect to this talk, and there's also one practical aspect in this talk, and how you can observe what consciousness is through the observance of the movement of abstraction. And simply said, you're simply finding direct experience. Now, when it is said nobility of a different glow, if we begin with nobility, the most noblest act of man is perhaps to look at himself. Because there are many moments where beings stand in front of one another and they all know they are within a greater source. And regardless of the war they have to fight, regardless of how the physicality should fluctuate in that moment and how the manifestation should move, regardless of the last man standing, the consciousness always knew. It's as if that moment where many beings are seeing what is wrong and together they take the action to make it right. Do you know? And there's such a nobility there. There's a nobility that we are not perfect, but if you are aware, guide your fellow man, guide your fellow world. We give definitions too much attention. And so what I have found the mystics in ancient India and in Vedic times had was they would seek the absolute. And where is man today? There is no absolute certainty that you're seeking. There's no absolute uncertainty that you're lost in. There is just the absolute which one must absolutely confront. One must begin to see that life was not a mistake, but an opportunity. I would like to suggest that if we begin to see man and where he has originated from, he begins to look at the depths of the ocean in which he's on a boat, on a raft on. And so you begin to see that there is worlds around you in which your involvement begins them. But one begins to see at the same time, before even we can define a definition, where is that silence looking from? Where is that terrace of stillness? And so you seek that which is within, and all questions fade. Your acts of honor are restored, for your clarity is giving you the ability. The vastness of your vision is giving you ability, not how you thought the object had to move in such a way. Do you know? It is about how much you can be the greatest general known to man, and in one command take all the thoughts that you know, all the considerations, convictions. And if there's one aspect of you which has a doubt of ignorance, for you to take that whole template of reality and take all that you know, and in one command begin the war beyond space and time. The self was not here to be a ruler. The self was not here to see. But once the self knew, it was everything. There is a very profound phenomena happening to this world. Just like how man evolves, so do these turns. Birth worlds. So do these turns fade into the view of all there can be. Mr. Within would like to say that Think of it as simple as this. We look at life. Life looks back at us. How we define that relationship is everything and knowledge known to man. But if you see knowledge is a certain valve of truth, what needs to be sought? When your individuality is not holding your whole truth. You see, it is an acknowledgement of not just the vision of externality, but how you see yourself in a way where there is no words. And so as there's a development of personal self-inquiry, you as a being adjust yourself in a manner where you do not create a world of suffering. You could be suffering, my friends. Don't get this wrong. Externally you could be suffering, but your experience is not just kept through external understanding. For the minute man opened his eyes, he knew he could close them. And so your intelligence carries the nobility of the intelligence that was your birth. For when you go ask a man, what was the greatest moment in your life? He may say many things, but you will see that some man will say, my birth. Because I came into manifestation. I came into this reality. I became aware of this plane of existence. I looked at this world through these eyes. And so when man inquiries about the self, he immediately, in one sincere gaze of acknowledging what he is as what is here, you know, you begin to see that it was never about us trying to do anything or running after anything. There never needed to be that segmentation for us then to develop personalities that forgot their presence, their existential presence. And so there are many moments that you may feel like a fool, but if you do, let yourself be an honest fool. Because an honest fool is and can be a being with a very high state of consciousness. It can be a being whose mind is turning every idea. Yeah. Just recording something. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for asking. Very nice. Therefore, what man can do is begin to see you have an interpretation of your world, acknowledge it. Nobility is a certain range of concept and imagery in what you are considering in this plane of existence. Recognize the manner Mr. Within is talking to you. It's as if you're a pilot of consciousness. A pilot knows that he is the origination of the experience. So you are completely aware as a being that this is your existence, you're alive, and this is you. Do not think that you're some people I've noticed they understand spiritual concepts, but they forget they forget that they're here. They're like, oh, I'm not here, I'm in the stars, you know. Nobody, you're here, you're right here, you're you know. See, we need to acknowledge and to bring it to that level of in a sense complacency, to see that our responsibility is to let go of our judgment. For before death comes, all life has turned around itself. Much blessings and namaste.